Right, Bolton versus Luton. This is the third round replay as Luton were unable to do the job first time of asking in the home fixture of this tie, and we now have to travel all the way to Bolton midweek after just playing Burnley on Friday night. Not ideal, but we've only got ourselves to blame. Now, the biggest question for this game is how much do Luton really want to progress in the FA Cup? For me, I never want to come out and say, you know what, I want to lose a football match, I want to just focus on the league, because I don't think that's the right mentality and the right attitude to have. I feel like every game you should always plan to win it and try your best. Now, I'm trying to look at the positives from this fixture and trying to find any positive avenue from it. However, I am coming to the conclusion that there's just too many negatives, which is a shame. If only Luton did the job first time of asking, but because we now know who we're playing in the fourth round of the FA Cup, there is a lack of probably motivation to progress in the FA Cup because it's a Crystal Palace or Everton away tie. For Bolton fans and for the Bolton players, there's probably a lot more motivation there. And I don't want to say that's an excuse for Luton to lose this match, because I don't think we should exit a competition because we don't want to progress. Bolton, though, will want to progress because I feel like they are probably looking at it from a, from a fan's perspective. If they beat Luton, there's a real good chance that they could get Everton away, which is obviously, if you guys know your geography, in England, Bolton away to Everton is a very close fixture. It's not miles away like Bolton to Crystal Palace, and the away end will probably be a lot more. Their allocation will be a lot bigger, as Goodison Park is bigger than Selhurst Park, and also they get a much more bigger away following than they did against Luton. So there's a lot of motivation and there's a lot of hope and pray that Everton obviously do the job at home to Crystal Palace in the next round. But for Luton, obviously playing another Premier League side away from home, especially the two in particular in conversation, it's not motivating at all. It probably isn't. If this was like the 80s version of Everton, then yeah, there probably would be a lot more motivation there. But Everton are not obviously the same team from the 80s. But the question always comes down to how much do we really want it? Do we really want to progress in the FA Cup? Now, this game is another opportunity for certain players to prove that they deserve to be starting in the Premier League. Players such as Pelly Ruddock, Corley Woodrow, Luke Berry, Clark, Chong, goalkeeper replacement in Tim Krul. There's opportunities there. There's also opportunities in players coming back from an injury, i.e. Reece Burke, who we are kind of in desperate need to see and getting him up to match fitness. And also to have some players maybe potentially have a rest. I don't think Alfie Doherty and Ross Barkley need to start this game. I think we can give them a rest, because I think especially with Alfie Doherty, he looked a little bit, lethargic, looked a bit tired. So I think having him, and more importantly, a rest would be much needed. But I will come down to the same question which I said at the start. How much do we really want this? Now, I do want to win because I feel like, when you win games of football, the momentum's there, everyone's happy, the happiness is there. We're just doing it the hard way. And who knows, even if, I know like the fourth round draw isn't the most appealing for us, but even if we do beat Bolton, there's still a chance we can beat whoever we play in the fourth round draw. We have gone to Everton and won. We haven't played Crystal Palace away from home yet. So there's an opportunity there. And Palace ain't performing extremely well in the Prem. I still think they're going to be in conversation in potentially going down, because I don't see them finding it easy. It won't be easy for them. I do think Everton will stay up, but then again, there's another conversation about a potential another point deduction. So there's lots of interesting off-the-field factors are happening. But I come down to, do Luton want to win it? If Luton go to Bolton and perform how we performed in the first half in the game against Burnley, we will win the game. If we perform like we did in the second half against Burnley, we will lose the game, because that second half performance was not good enough. Bolton will be a lot better than they were last time. I think last time they knew, let's get a replay, take it back home, job done. Getting a draw away to a Premier League side is a good result for them. But in this particular fixture, I think they're going to be a lot more motivated, as already mentioned, with potentially playing Everton in the next round. But also, At home against a Premier League side, I think they're going to be motivated. They're going to take a lot more risks. They're going to be a lot more. They're going to create a lot more opportunities, which then gives us a little bit of a positive because we won't be playing against 11 players behind the ball. We won't be trying to break down a low block, and we will try and create opportunities in behind the massive space which Bolton will probably leave when they go forward a lot more in this game. So there's an opportunity for us to win. But I bang the drum again. How much do we really want it? Like I said, I want to win because it keeps everyone happy, the momentum's there, the winning mentality's there, and you can take that into the Premier League. Where some may just say, let's just get knocked out by Bolton and focus on the Premier League. But I personally don't want to be knocked out by another lower league side. No disrespect to Bolton, but our record against lower league, opponents hasn't been good enough in the last 2 to 3 years. So I would like us to not continue that. But it's down to the players. My score prediction, I want to say a 2-1 Luton win. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I think Bolton are going to make it really difficult. I think there will be a decent Bolton crowd there as well against us. There won't be many Luton fans there because, if I'm being brutally honest with you, Bolton midweek is not good. It's going to be cold. We've also just played Burnley away from home recently in the similar location. So I think a lot more fans are just going to be focused on the Premier League, which is, in their right, they can do that. But so it's not going to be the most motivating fixture. Hopefully we can get it out of the way, walk away from it with a win, with no injuries, and continue our objective of staying in the Premier League while also having a decent FA Cup run. But it's down to the players. Those are my thoughts, guys. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys want to progress through the FA Cup. Do you want us just to get knocked out and focus on the Premier League? Let me know your thoughts. It's an awkward conversation to have on this game because do you want to stay? Do you want to go? And whatnot. So let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy listening to my thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you all in the next video.